Hello, my name is Jason Scott. I'm an undergraduate in the education program at the University of Texas at Tyler. The purpose of this video is to show how technology can be used to support students' learning. In this video, I'll be spotlighting an application called Number Pieces, which is a free iPad app brought to you by the Math Learning Center and Clarity Innovations. This one in the top center is called Number Pieces. I'm using an app called Reflector to show my iPad on the computer and a program called Camtasia to do the screencasting to record this video. Okay, in this short tutorial you'll learn how to use Number Pieces app as a concrete model of hundreds, tens, and ones to represent a given whole number. Okay, some of its key features include manipulating objects. So for example, here, this is what I'm going to call a flat. This is the long, and this is your unit. One interesting key feature is I can use drawing manipulatives so that I can write on the program itself. So that's a flat, this is a long, and this is a unit. And we use this terminology because later, when we introduce decimals, we're going to redefine what the values are for each of these manipulatives. This is a proportional manipulative, which basically means if you were to take a bunch of these, you would see that they are proportional, which means the same size and length. When I add 10 units, you'll find that it equals 1 long. And the same is true as if I added 10 longs, I would end up getting 1 flat. You see that? Now this is more for like the visual learners. There's nothing really tactile here except for touching the screen itself. Something that's tactile would end up being the physical manipulative, whereas this is a virtual manipulative. So for your visual learners, this will support them. And a good thing about this app is that when you need it and it's handy, you can just pull it out and kids can use this to help model different whole numbers. So that's what we're going to talk about, all of this. And I'm going to say, I'm actually going to bring it back. Okay, so here's my flat, here's my long, here's my unit. And anyways, the flat, I'm going to call it, it's going to be worth 100. The long is going to be worth 10, and the unit is going to be worth 1. So if I were to model a number, for example, 324, let me show you what that would look like. What I did was I just circled and I hit the trash can on the bottom side. So 342. Each one of these numerals are called digits. Place value, value is what it's worth. Place value is the position of where the digit is will determine what it's worth. So for example, the number 2. The number 2 is worth 2 ones. It's in the ones place. When I look at the number in the tens column, I'm going to use 4 longs to represent the number 40. Because the digit 4 is in the tens place, I look at it as being 4 tens. That's why I have 40 here. And last, I have 3 in the hundreds place, and I'm going to use the flat to represent that number. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it, just kidding, over here so it can make room. All I did was circle and drag. So the number 3 is in the hundreds place. That means I need 3 flats because that represents my hundreds. So that's 1, 2, 3. Another key cool thing about this app is I can change the color. Oops, I want to do this one. So you can see I now have 3 hundreds, and now my longs I'm going to say are green, and my units are going to be red. So let's model another number real quick. Circle this up, hit the trash. There we go. Okay, let's model another number. 400 and 58. 8. Okay, let's look at the ones column. 8. How many units will I have to represent 8? I'm going to have 8 units. We're going to start from the right and we're going to go to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You just click and drag over 8. Next, I go into my tens column and I see there's number 5, the digit 5. The digit 5 is worth 50 because it's in the tens column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 longs because I have 5 in the tens column. That's 5 tens, which equals 50. It's worth 50. Last, I have 4 in the hundreds place, and I'm going to use the flats to represent hundreds. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag 4 flats. 1, 2, 3, 4 to represent I have 400. So if you look at the number, I have, you can even click and they kind of group together. You can encircle. You can just move them over. It's a more helpful way. You can even stack these on top of each other and they kind of just click into place. As you can see that. Da, 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 da. There we go. Move this over. Move these over. Voila! 458. I have 4 flats, 5 longs, and 8 units. That concludes this video, and there are other apps available, also other technologies available, and I urge you to try them all. See what you like best. Thanks.